Welcome to the Mindset Design Podcast with your host, Arlin Moore. In this podcast, the hope is to provide the listener with actionable advice and inspiration to inspect their own mindset and make the changes they need to achieve success and fulfillment in their own life. If you'd like to support the show and learn more about mindset design, visit mindsetdesign.com or go to who.be/Arlin. That's hoo.be/Arlin. Or simply share an episode with a friend. That would be fire. Enjoy the show, and here's your host, Arlin.
Today we have better audio. I'll probably end up getting some nicer mics as soon as I get a permanent place, set up a whole podcast studio and everything. But for now, I like this vibe. Got the fire in the background, got some incense burning, and overall, it's just good vibes. So, let's go right into the first question from today, which comes from, Mark Ralston. Number one obstacle would be my anxiety. So I've talked a lot about anxiety recently. I would recommend, Mark, listening to the last few episodes, to be honest, because I've gone very in-depth, and I think that you'd probably just enjoy listening to my copious amounts of previous, honestly, just listen to the last 10 podcasts, and even just listening to my voice will calm you and bring you into another level of consciousness. One thing I can tell you that's positive is the fact that you're even on this channel and listening to my voice. It means that there's a part of you that resonates with the energy that I bring, and that means you're, I'm not saying this in an egotistical way. It's just I have good energy. I know that because I feel good. It's I just feel amazing pretty much all the time. So the fact that you're attracted to this means there's something in you that sees the same thing. So you can kind of use even just listening to the last 10 podcasts or so as as your own spiritual practice. And in addition to that, everything's going to tell you meditation. So next question is coming in from Holden. Holden asks, determining what my goals are and how I can better define them. So Holden, good question. My response would be to start telling yourself a new narrative. Okay, so we are a result of the stories we tell ourselves. And if you tell yourself, consistently, for example, that you don't know what your goals are, then you will continually not know what your goals are. If you're continuously searching, then you will not get there. So my recommendation to you, Holden, is to just start telling yourself a new narrative, namely something along the lines of Holden, and I like using third person just to describe yourself in the third person is a more effective way I found to make things happen more quickly and make them a reality quicker. But I would say something or write something along the lines of, Holden is becoming increasingly aware of his goals and is more clear and certain about the path that he's on. So whatever you want in life, just write down affirmations or join Maxi, and this whole process is laid out for you perfectly. But write down your life as if it's already happening now, or as if it's on the path to happening. Rather than saying you don't have what you want, tell yourself consistently the narrative that you're always on the path of getting what you want. And that will open up your awareness to notice different situations and events that line up to that narrative. So that's what I would recommend for you. All right, next question from Maria. Okay, Maria asks, I would like to jump into Amazon FBA, and I heard about this mentoring program, but it's way too expensive for me, even though it seems really good, but I can't afford it. Should I just jump into this business and go through it alone anyways, or should I wait to have enough money to buy this mentoring? My question is essentially, is it better to wait to afford mentoring, or should I just start with my knowledge I already have, which is steps to do it? So great question, Maria. Thank you for asking. My answer to you, Maria, is what I would highly recommend is essentially do both. So there's going to be copious amounts of free information on YouTube about Amazon FBA. So search YouTube, scour YouTube for as much free information as possible. Then, yes, like you said, you're on the right track. Save up as much as you can to buy your own mentoring program. And one thing I would say about investing in yourself is invest every penny into yourself until you get to the next level. Like, it's not like, oh, should I buy this program or buy that program? It's like, work a job if you can find one. I know it's tough right now, but there's always DoorDash, there's always Uber, there's always, there's plenty of jobs available if you can stay focused and aware on that opportunity around you. Save up for whatever mentoring programs you can find and join all of them. That's my recommendation. I mean, I personally have spent hundreds of thousands of dollars in mentoring programs. I mean, the majority of my income goes back into me. And that's what levels me up to the next level each and every time I do it. And I mean, I'm at a stage now where like, I still join like $1,000-$2,000 programs. A lot of it is like repetitive because I've joined so many of these programs and there's only so much information in the direction that I want to take my business and my life. But I'm just looking for little nuggets. Like, I don't join a program with like massive expectations. I almost don't even like, some people come to me like, how do you know if the program's going to be a rip-off? It's like, I don't even care if they are trying to rip me off. At least I'll learn like that, at least I'll learn that they're like, how they're marketing it so well. You know what I mean? Like, I'll take something away from it. So that's how I've started to look at like pretty much every single investment that I make. It's like, what is even the smallest little advantage I could possibly get from what this person knows? Ralph Waldo Emerson, great quote. Every person knows something I don't, and in that, I learn from them. So, yeah, I mean, I would definitely recommend kind of doing both. Free YouTube advice on Amazon FBA. Go full start, head start into it. Learn as much as you can, and then in the meantime, work in your job, and then buy the course when you can, and then continue doing the same thing until you level up. So yeah, it never stops. I guess another thing I might tell you about is I was watching this video about Tiger Woods, and he was saying, obviously Tiger Woods, one of the best golfers, probably the best golfer to ever live. He was saying when he was a little kid, he would just go in the sand trap and just teach himself how to get out of sand traps. He would just try and experiment different things. So he basically taught himself how to get out of sand traps. I'm sure he had some kind of coach or technique, but when he was young, he would just play around in the sand traps and teach himself. So play around on Amazon FBA and learn and teach yourself. That's what I recommend. Cool. Next question comes from Juliana. Coming up with a business to help athletes that I am passionate about and will be able to profit off of. Okay, so Juliana, think about what are the problems that athletes have. If it's student athletes, or if it's professional athletes, what are the problems that they have? What is a specific problem that perhaps you went through yourself that you could provide value in solving that problem for them and at an accelerated rate? Either showing them how to do it or doing it for them. So it could be some sort of coaching or consulting business where you basically make a list of all the problems that athletes that you want to work with are facing, and you provide a service to them, maybe a group chat, maybe some Zoom call, coaches twice per week or something like that, where you guide them through solving the problems that they have, and you just become an expert in that field and in that niche. That's what I'd recommend. Cool. Next question from Edward is, I used to lack faith and its power. How do I rekindle the ability to have faith in myself, others, and greatness and beauty of the progress? Okay, so you used to lack faith and power. Does that mean you still do? How do I rekindle the ability to have faith in myself, others, and greatness? Yeah, I mean, especially in dark times, it can be, I relate, it can be hard to feel like there's a light at the end of the tunnel. But I guess what I would say is, whatever struggle you're going through, just, I guess the first step is not necessarily faith and like belief that something's going to happen, but acceptance of the current circumstances. So it kind of sounds to me like you're a little bit down on something because you feel a little hopeless. So the first thing you have to do is accept this feeling of hopelessness and just accept that it's there completely and really examine it. Sit with it in meditation and think about, too, a great exercise you can do is it's called fear neutralization. I learned this from Lewis Mocker, who is an amazing coach himself. And fear neutralization is basically when you take a situation in your life that is causing you some sort of lack of faith, right? And you think about, why is it there? What situations in my past happened to me that caused this lack of faith in myself? And you think about the specific instances in your life that you are holding on to, that you're perceiving as negative. And what you then do is you take these circumstances from the past and you realize that nothing that happened in the past is either objectively good or bad. You just have certainly currently labeled it bad, okay? So take that previous bad situation, and there's gonna be specific ones that are culminating, probably like maybe even 3, 4, 5, up to like hundreds of specific situations in your past that have caused you this lack of faith. And you're viewing them in a bad way. And so, Edward, what I would say that you should do is take those specific situations, look at each one of them, list out all the reasons why you think they're bad, but then on the flip side of that situation, think about how this situation was actually a good thing. How did it potentially push you down a path that right now you're not really thinking about that led to some good things? Okay, so I've talked about this on this show before, but it's a really amazing concept and tool that you can use. But basically what you're gonna do, Edward, is let's say, for example, that you, the reason you lack faith in yourself is because you played soccer in high school and you were chosen to do the last penalty kick and to like win the game, and you completely missed the net. And your whole team was disappointed in you, and your coach was disappointed in you, and your family was disappointed in you. And so from that point forward, you started to lack faith and self-belief. And so when you do that, you're only looking at that event in the past as a huge negative. But remember, nothing that happens, like the present moment that you're in right now, it's neither good nor bad, it just is. There is no judgment. Judgment comes from the human mind. So when you look at that past event, it just happened as well, but you're perceiving it negative. So make a list of the specific moments in time, of the specific things that happened as a result of that were actually a benefit. So you missed a penalty kick. Well, what was the benefit of that? It motivated you to get better at soccer. And maybe you didn't pursue soccer, but the benefit of it motivating you to be really good at soccer got you really motivated to be successful in some area of life. The benefit of that is that you started reading a lot of self-development books. The benefit of that is you started exploring YouTube for YouTubers that talk about this kind of stuff. The benefit of that is that you're now listening to this podcast. The benefit of this podcast is maybe you heard what I was talking about earlier with some kind of personal development investment, and you invest in a product. And the benefit of that is you start making money and you start becoming full-time. So see how we took that previous negative thing that you were perceiving as negative and we turned it into a positive. So that's what I would definitely recommend that you do, Edward. I would take every single specific negative event and look at all the benefits of that event. In addition to that, what I'd recommend doing is going and looking at all the things that you wish were happening right now. So you probably have fantasies about how you wish things were right now. But understand that even your fantasies have drawbacks. There's drawbacks to even all the good things that are happening in your life. So, or even all the good things that you want to happen. So let's say you really want a girlfriend and you don't have a girlfriend. Well, this sounds weird, but like think, you have a fantasy in your mind that having a girlfriend is all positive, but it's not. I mean, there are negatives to having a girlfriend. One, you could get in arguments. Two, it could have the potential of being a toxic relationship. I mean, there's plenty of potential drawbacks that a relationship comes with. A relationship is neither good nor bad. It is simply objective. And you can, depending on what angle you look at it from, you can make it positive or negative. So you have to neutralize all of the events in your history, in your past, and in your future. And Edward, like synchronistically all together, what happens is you just get dialed in to this present moment we're in right now. And you become like Eckhart Tolle and Sadhguru and me, and you just get enlightened. That's pretty much it. So I hope that was helpful for you, Edward. Next question comes from Aris. Building a strong network of like-minded people that are thriving in mindset, life, and business. So the way to do this, Arya, is to first, and I've talked about this previously as well, is to first define the people that you want in your social life, in your friend group. And to do this, what you have to do is what I'd recommend doing is making some kind of spreadsheet, or you could use Instagram collections folders and just go on Instagram and think okay, what types of people do I want in my friend group? Maybe I want some kind of spiritual mentor. So you have a spiritual mentor as a folder on Instagram, and you put Eckhart Tolle in there and Sadhguru and all these spiritual coaches. And then maybe you want a girlfriend. I'm sorry, Aris, you could be, I'm actually not sure if your name is male or female, but that's okay because mine's kind of the same way. You never really know. Arlin could be guy or girl. You don't know. So, all right, maybe you want a girlfriend. I'm just going to assume that you're a guy. If you're a girl, maybe you want a boyfriend, whatever. Or maybe who knows what you want? Who knows? You could want anything. But let's say you want a girlfriend. Have a photo, a saved collection folder on Instagram called girlfriend, and then just start saving girls on Instagram that fit the physical description and maybe even the type of job that they have that you think you would be interested in. And that can just be what you're looking for in a girlfriend. Maybe you have a best friend one, and you want to surround yourself with entrepreneurs and millionaires and photographers and stuff. And so now you save a collections folder with all of those types of people in there. And that is that's the shortcut, right? You have to first define it, and then once you define it, the next step is building up yourself to be a person that deserves to be in that friend group. Now, I strongly believe you could join that friend group just as you are right now. I think you can find out whatever life experiences you have and whatever way that you can provide value to fit into that category. I think if you really think long and hard enough, then you're going to be able to find some situation that you can kind of manufacture where you could join that friend group this weekend. Because here's the thing. You don't have to assemble this friend group really. It already exists. There's already a friend group of girls that are your type, of guys that are your friend type, of who also have some spiritual teacher that they follow. And they are all already in existence. You just have to place yourself in and around those people and become friends with them. So I have plenty of videos on my YouTube channel about how to make friends. So I'm not going to go into that right now, but you can check those out as well. Yeah, cool. All right, well, that's it for the Ask Arlin segment today. If you want to ask me a question, I'm going to be calling people now. So click the link in the description or in the top comment, or just type in on your computer or your phone or laptop, mindsetdesign.com/askarlin, and put your phone number in the question box so that I can give you a call. And I'll give you a call, and it'll be awesome. And we can talk live. So we're going to do that. And then in addition to that, basically what I want to talk about now is, I don't really know. What should I talk about now? I don't really know. I don't have much else. I mean, I've been working on I guess I'll tell you, one of my goals this year is to really work on my flexibility. I've consistently found that there is a massive correlation between my body, my mind, and my reality. Okay, so the stronger I've made my body, working out with Lou, the stronger my business has got, the stronger my income has got, the stronger my relationships have become. And simultaneously, I've been working on my flexibility, and so I'm able to be more versatile. I'm able to literally in the world flexibly move around more. So that's something I'm working on. I actually found a yoga trainer woman who specializes in flexibility, and she's going to be coming over tomorrow night for a private session to basically help me with my flexibility. But yeah, I'm open to all this stuff too, by the way. So if you know anyone in Venice Beach area, or LA in general, that's really good with yoga and stuff, tell them to hit me up, because I really am super stiff just from years of hockey and stuff like that. So yeah, that's pretty much my message for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this segment. Yeah, drop a comment, drop a like if you like this series, and join Maxi. Definitely join Maxi. Absolutely life-changing. It's a ridiculously unfair advantage in life if you start using it as directed. And That link will be down below as well, mindsetdesign.com/home. You can just get started right away. And that's it. All right. See you guys in the next episode.